Hello. J-Nell here with my UFC 267 prediction video. It's happening in about 2 days. It is overseas and it's happening, I believe, at 11 a.m. here for the prelims on the West Coast. So please check all your local listings so you do not miss this amazing event with 2 titles on there. I'm looking forward to it. I think we have 6 fights here on the main card. So please, you have to follow me everywhere just in case one of the fights drops out or gets a swap in or something like that. So please follow me on all of my platforms to get any additional updates and any renegs, all of that jazz. And please go ahead and like the video. Please go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and share the video, hit the notification buttons, and comment down below so we can talk about these amazing fights. So let's get into it. Main card. First up, I'm choosing Magomed Ankalaev to beat Volkan Ozdemir. And let me just say, the rehearsing I had to do for the names of this card, and a lot of these names I know, and I still had to do a lot of rehearsing. So choosing Magomed. And let me just also say, are all the Russians on like a winning streak? Because Magomed's on a 6-fight winning streak. I'm like, we are all y'all on a sneaky little winning streak right now? Anyway, next up, I'm choosing Khamzat Chimaev to beat Li Jingliang. And I'm just happy to see Chimaev back. He was suffering from this, he got sick, and at one point it looked like he was going to retire, looked like he couldn't train. So we'll see how he looks. Let's see, because Lee ain't no easy work. Next up, I'm choosing Alexander Volkov to beat Marcin Tybura. I think this is going to be a scrap, actually. And this is kind of one that I'm going back and forth on. I think the big boys are going to put on the show. I'm looking forward to this one. Look, the whole card, actually, I think is going to be a scrap. Next up, I'm choosing Islam Makhachev to beat Dan Hooker. Thank you, Dan Hooker, for that name. And I think Dan might feel like people are looking past him. So I think he kind of looks like he has a little chip on his shoulder. I've been reading some of the media and the things he's been saying lately, and I feel like he's got a little something to prove here. So looking forward to that as well. Now, the first of the 2 title fights, both of which my head and my heart are kind of like in different places. First up, we are seeing for the vacated bantamweight championship, which was stripped from Aljamain Sterling due to him being out for a long time and now having to get surgery, means he's going to continue to be out. So go ahead and strip that title, because the bantamweight division is too stacked for all that. You ain't Dominic Cruz now. So we're going to see former bantamweight champion Piotr Yan take on Cody Sandhagen. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a scrap as well. You have Cody Sandhagen, who has the reach advantage, and he does fight long as well. You have Piotr, who also, they both are stand-up bases, boxing with Yan, and you have Cody, who's kind of a jack of all trades, but kickboxing and Muay Thai, and built from there. These got a submission win. Neither one of them are known for their ground games. They're kind of, I think this is going to be a stand-up scrap. However, if one were to take it to the ground, I think it actually might be Yan to do that. I think he might be a bit physically stronger. We'll have to see once they get in there. I think Cody's going to have to keep him at a distance and standing up. I think he might be able to point his way to a victory, maybe pull something slick. He's got really slick footwork. He's deceptively fast. I do think that Yan is going to be more powerful as far as the hands and the feet. And again, if someone's going to be physically stronger, I think it might be him too. He's one of those, he's like Alexander Volkanovski, just this small package of power, right? Strength. So I do think he's going to be a bit more powerful. I think Cody, though, might be a bit slicker with his striking. And so I think he just needs to be smart about this and fight him and keep it at a distance. Use his kicks, take away some of that movement. As far as who's going to be quicker, as far as the body movement and the footwork, I'm not quite sure there. But Cody, I think you're going to be able to bait him into bad movement. You might be able to use his aggressiveness against him, but you need to be first. Yan is one of those downhill snowballs. Once he gets going, he doesn't stop. He also has a high offensive output. Both of them do. This is going to be a good fight. It's going to be fun. Yan, again, I think you might, you're going to have to be able to get on the inside of that reach advantage, which you're good at. Fight him in his chest, fight him in close quarters. You might want to employ some dirty boxing as well. He's got the height over you, so again, you need to stay in his chest. If you do get in some trouble, maybe take him down, see who's physically stronger. You're gonna have to fill that out. Same thing with up against the cage. You're gonna have to fill that out. I think I am gonna go with the safer bet, which seems to be Yan, but I have to say I want Cody to win. I have to say that. I think I relate to him more. Yeah, I just think I relate to him more. He's hard not to root for. I like both guys though. Now, main event, and we are seeing the current UFC light heavyweight champion, Mr. Jan Blachowicz take on Glover Teixeira, 41-year-old Glover Teixeira. I think this is his second title, just his second. I don't think he is his third, second. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And old man Teixeira, and that's how this is being billed. But let me just go ahead and present this. First off, he's 41 years old, and Jan is actually 38. I didn't realize that, so I was like, this is not no changing of the guard or anything like that. And yes, Glover does have a lot of miles on him, so he's older in fight years. But Jan has had 3 major surgeries, 2 of them being knee surgeries, one of them having him out for over 17 months. So that actually puts years on you as well. What I'm saying is these 2 men are closer than I think this is being billed. And this is not the heavyweight division. We're like, okay, yeah, they mature later. 4 out of the top 10 in the light heavyweight division are all 29 years old. One of them being Yuri Prochazka, I think I'm saying that right. The one with the crazy hair, the one that I don't think any of them wants to fight. Let me just low-key. Other than, you've got those 4. You have one who is 30. You have another one who's 31 and one who's 32. So you have 7 out of the top 10 who are actually under the age of 33. This is not the heavyweight division. So again, I say all of that to say I think Jan and Glover are closer than the way this fight is being billed, right? Right. So, challenger is in Glover. Now, he's a second-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you know he actually started with a boxing base, so he's got that traditional boxing base as well. He is, you know, got that old man strength, stronger than he looks. As far as the quickness, he's more about angles, placements, skill. I do think he is a more skilled traditional boxer than Jan is. I think that Jan does have some physical advantages over him. I do think he's going to be a bit faster with the footwork, with the hand speed. I do think he might be a bit stronger, although I'm not sure on that at all, especially when they get into close quarters against the cage and on the ground. I'm not sure who's going to be stronger there, so they're going to have to fill that out. But I do think that Jan is a bit more dynamic with his body movement, with his athletic, a bit more athletic. Jan, is it Jan who has the 2-inch reach advantage? Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. I just spaced out there. There's only about a 2-inch reach advantage there. It's not too much. And again, I think that even though Jan has good traditional boxing as well, I do believe that Glover's is better. So I think it might nullify the 2-inch reach advantage that I'm pretty sure that Jan has. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jan will have more powerful kicks and more diversity in his kicks that he'll need to use. Go ahead and tear apart that lead leg, hamper that movement early on Glover. I think Glover, if you get in trouble, I don't even not if you get in trouble. I think you should work towards taking this down to the ground. I think you're going to be more skilled than him on the ground as well. You're a second-degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, although Jan is a first-degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And if he's not physically stronger, if the strength is about equal, Glover has way more experience with the Jiu-Jitsu. He's got tons of Jiu-Jitsu tournament champions and championships and wins and all of that nature. So he's just done it more. They both have high-ranking coaches though. So I do think that Glover's going to be a bit more skilled on the ground. Plus, I think Glover's a better wrestler. Now, Jan has judo. So it's not like he can't get some takedowns and some throws of that of his own, but he can. But I still think that Glover is a better wrestler. I think he's a more skilled grappler. But we'll see how that goes, especially if Jan is physically stronger. Chess match on the ground. But I do think Glover might want to work to taking it down to the ground or fighting him in a phone booth. Dirty boxing. Glover's really good with the dirty boxing. I think he's better than Jan at that. More creative when he's in those close quarters, be able to generate more power, more torque on the hips and those things in those close quarters, which is why Jan need to tear apart that lead leg. I'm very excited for this fight, as you guys can't tell already. But the thing about the dirty boxing and fighting in the phone book is the judo. You get in close quarters and Jan's just going to wait till he feel your body weight where he needs it to be. And then he's going to slip that leg and do a trip or a spin and a toss. And so you have to be careful with that as well. This is going to be a chess match on the feet, close quarters, on the ground, everywhere. I'm super excited for this fight. And I know that the favorite is Jan, but I haven't wanted a fighter to win this bad in a long time. I love Jan, but I really love Glover, and I want him to win. I just want him to win. And so since I feel like I took the safe bet with Jan, the first Jan, little Jan, I'm taking a risk. I'm picking with my heart on this one, and I'm going with Glover Teixeira. I just want him to win. Come on, man. I think think that Jan has more years left, and so that's it. That's all. Let's go ahead and end this video. Oh, actually, no, real quick. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway? Is that really going on? I know you guys have seen the news as well. Is that really trying to be in the works, and what do you think about that? Also, Nate Diaz having one fight left on his contract, fighting that one fight, and then fighting Jake Paul. I actually think he should go ahead and do that. Get that payday. Nate, do whatever you want, Nate. It's your world, Nate, but you let me know what you think about Nate doing that. Go ahead and fighting out his contract, taking a fight with Jake Paul for, whatever he can do with that. The media on that would be bananas. The fan bases on that would be bananas. You guys know I love a good circus. The circus on that would be bananas. And Nate can actually box, even though he's still not a real boxer. So go ahead and let me know how you feel. Give me all your picks on this amazing card that we're seeing in the next 2 days, UFC 267. Let me know what you feel about McGregor versus Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway got better things to do. That's how I honestly feel. And let me know what you think about Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul as well. Go ahead, subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.